Hello my beautiful friends, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Deja, and if you're not new here, welcome back to today's video. I am pumped. It is already June. Like, where's the time going? Because I'm obviously not living here in this world that the time is going so fast. So it's already June, and we are going to be picking out my June hopefuls with the rest of, we're like running low on my TBR prompt. So I don't think I could do all of them. I don't know. I have already a few books picked out because me and my husband have like our little book club we have together now, and then me and my book bestie have a book we're going to be reading together. My Facebook book group, we have our book club book getting picked, and then Discord girlies book group is picking another group, so another book. So that's already 4 books to be adding on to my hopefuls. So I think we might pick out 10. Whoa, okay, maybe I shouldn't do 10 because I think I'm picking 10 and then I don't really want to read any of them. So maybe if I do 8, because I feel like this month I did pretty decent on sticking to my TBR, but I don't know, we have to see how I feel. I really don't know if I should pick 10, which gives me more range to pick from my TBR, or keep it smaller so that I actually read all of them. I don't know, options or like discipline that I don't have. Okay, so we're gonna jump right in because we know this usually takes me forever. So I'm gonna go ahead and start picking our TBR prompts, and then off camera I will pick out all the books to fit the prompt, and then I'll come back on camera and show you guys which books I have picked. Okay, so for the first book we have, so for the first one we have a new to you author, which I feel like it's pretty, that could be a pretty easy one because I have a lot of books that I recently got that I haven't read books by that author before, so I think we can work with that. So there goes number 1. Let's take 2. Ooh, a dystopian book. That'll be a good one. I don't think I've read many dystopian books. I don't even really know what qualifies as dystopian, so I guess we have to like look into that. So that's 2. 3, is it 2? Oh no, it's just long. A book with a vehicle on the cover. I feel like that's such a romance vibe. I don't know, we're gonna have to do our research for that one. So a book with a vehicle on the cover is book 3. Book 4. Found via Bookstagram. So I have to go on Instagram and then type in the search bar hashtag Bookstagram and find the new book, which I'm not mad at. That actually sounds kind of fun, so that can work. That was book 4. I really don't have many left in here. Like, oh well, that doesn't help. I don't have a lot left, so let me see how many are left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Should we just do them all? No, I'm not gonna do, that's a lot. I don't know, we'll see how this goes. Okay, so this would be book 5, I think. A graphic novel. Ooh, girl, this is easy because I have been so heavy on my mangas and Ikasai, is that what it's called? I always forget how to pronounce it, but I've been so heavy on this, and I just did a book haul, so I bought a few of these. I'm excited. Okay, let's see. I think this is now 6. Ooh, a romance book. I haven't really been into romance lately. If you've seen, I think my last video, I went on a whole rant how I'm like just about over romance at the moment. But I have a girlie from back home where I used to live that we started recently chatting about books together, and I feel like me and her might be able to pick a book that could fit a romance book that I want to read, because I do want to read a book with her, so that can work. Okay, so this will be book 7. I like the small ones, freak me out. I don't know why. Pick a memoir. Oh my gosh, I feel like these last 2 months the book gods have been in my favor, because again, I just did a book haul and I have a memoir in there, so that works. So that's number 7. So here is 8. That's a long one. I don't know, actually now I'm like, do short ones scare me or do long ones scare me, because they're very specific. The next book in a series you've started. Okay, again, in my favor, because I'm in the middle of, I think 2. Well, I'm in the middle of a lot of series, but 2 I'm like hooked on right now, so this is working. So I think we're gonna do 10. How many left do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we'll do the 2 more, because the next month the 7 that's left in there will be the ones I use. So this is 9, a non-fiction book. I already have a memoir and I have a non-fiction book. What's going on? Okay. Okay. A Romantasy. Wait, these are so good. Okay, I'm like excited, because honestly a lot of my book haul can fit into these prompts, so that means they will actually get read soon. We love that. And then our last one, so that was 9, and we're gonna do 1 more, right? I think, I don't know at this point. Oh, less than 200 pages. I don't think I own a book less than 200 pages, but I'm sure on Kindle we can find one. Okay, so that was all of our prompts. I'm gonna go ahead and now search for these books and see what we come up with. Let's go. Okay, we are back. I have found our books, which it wasn't as hard as I thought it was gonna be, which we love that. So we're gonna go ahead and go through all of them quickly and not take too much time. So the first one, I put them in order. I tried to make this very organized. So the first one I have here is a memoir. So for that one I have Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton. I feel like I've seen her most recent book everywhere when it came out. I just picked this one up recently and I thought it sounded good, and again I picked up a lot of like non-fiction books and I saw this and I was like, why not give it a shot, and it sounds really good. So that's our memoir pick. The next one I have is a Romantasy, and for that one I picked this bad boy, A Crown of Oaths and Curses by J. Bree. I've been wanting to read this for a while. I actually have a video that I have in mind to read this book, so I thought it would be perfect for this prompt, because it definitely would push me to make sure I read it and get the video done. She's just thick, you know, so. But honestly, all the books that I have that I'm in the middle of series right now are really thick books. Like book 5 of the Zodiac Academy is really thick, and then Spark of the Everflame series, that one is almost 1,000 pages. So you know, we're just struggling in our book life right now. So I'm very excited to read this. I hear it's very much enemies to lovers and like slow burn, as in like we get nothing in this first book, but I'm okay with that because I've grown to love fantasy slow burns. I don't like romance slow burns, but like fantasy slow burns, I eat it up. I'm here for it. So this is our Romantasy pick. So our next prompt is a non-fiction book, and I am choosing Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. This is me and my husband's book club choice for our next read. So I'm excited. I have been trying to tap more into nonfiction, memoirs, and just different genres. Like I said, I'm tired of romance and dark romance, and I've just been reading a lot of fantasy, and after a while all the fantasies kind of seem like mixed up into one big story. So I just feel like I need something to kind of mix it up and separate the stories from my brain. So I wanted to get more into nonfiction books, so this was our pick that we chose for our little book club. Our next one was a book that's less than 200 pages, which again, I just did a big book haul and I'm gonna make a video about that literally right after this video, so you'll get that book haul next week. So for that one, I chose Don't Believe Everything You Think by Joseph Nugent, and this I seen all over TikTok. Like, this is apparently like a TikTok viral book, I guess. I don't know anything about it, but I bought it, and it's only 118 pages, so that worked out perfectly. The next prompt was the next book to read in a series, and I chose, well, it's not this one per se, but it's this series. This was book 2 in the Kindred Cursed series. I just finished this last week, and I need more people to read this book, well, this series. It's just so freaking good. So I'm super excited to read book 3 in the series, which is Heat of the Everflame. I just used this as a reminder of that's what I was going to read, but yes, Heat of the Everflame. I'm so excited. The story is just getting so freaking good. The slow burn is slow burning, and it's finally giving. And in book 2, I laughed, I cried, I giggled, I was kicking my feet in the air. Like, we went through so many emotions. I gasped. I went through so many emotions, and it was just so good, and I feel like more people need to read this series. So if you haven't, please step on it. The next prompt was a book with a vehicle on the cover, which I thought was going to be hard, but again, I just got books. This one is actually a Kindle book I have, and it's called Pet by Catherine. I can't remember her last name at the moment, but I will post a picture right here. And that one, depending on which cover you get, but there is a vehicle on the cover on like the Goodreads, so I thought that was perfect because I'm like itching to read it. It's supposed to be like a suspenseful story. I really don't understand the premise of it, but I got it from a recommended like books video, and it just sounded good when she was talking about it, so I hope it's good. And that's gonna be our vehicle on the cover prompt book. Does that make sense? In my head it makes sense. Next we have is a graphic novel. Now, if you are a Discord girly watching this, you guys know I have been so heavy on my graphic novels and my mangas. They're literally consuming me right now. So again, this was part of my haul, which I will show you guys all of them in my next video. So this one I am going to be choosing is The Remarried Empress by, don't ask me by who, because I really don't know how to say any of these names. Oh, it says the original story is by Alpha Art. Yeah, I've just been loving these graphic novels that have like color in them. If you guys know, I was reading Villains Are Destined to Die, and I'm currently like 50 pages from finishing the last book that's out in the world right now. They do have book 7 that will be coming out, but it's not out yet, so I need to start a new one, and this one is the one I picked because I bought the whole entire series. So I'm super excited to start this and just like enter this world, so I'm super pumped. The next prompt, it was a book found via Bookstagram, and it took me a while because I feel like you know, Bookstagram, obviously the algorithm is curated to what you normally look at, so I feel like a lot of the books I already have or already heard of, and like they're already on my radar. This one I found not on Bookstagram, and I feel like I've heard the name once or twice, but I never really like looked into the book, never really considered reading it. And this picture I saw of this book was like the little arrow, and it said like I forget what it said actually, but it was like basically saying like it makes Rhysand look like not even it, like he's better than Rhysand. So if you've read ACOTAR, you already know Rhysand is top tier. So that alone was like, okay, maybe I should check this out. So it is Dawn of the Onyx by Kate Golden, and I feel like I've heard this. I can't remember even where I heard it. I feel like I've seen maybe another YouTuber read it and talk about it, and I like skip it because I hate when they talk about books, because like you tell me everything and then I don't want to read it. So I like going into books blind. So yeah, I am gonna go read that one because it sounded really good, and if it's like giving Rhysand vibes, like I miss the ACOTAR world so much that I'm here for it. So like, let's do it. Our next prompt is a dystopian book, which I thought was gonna be kind of hard because I felt like Shatter Me is like the only book that I can think of, and I have that. But that's also a series that I can't start another long series. I'm already in the middle of a few long series. So I found this one that I have, Enid and Prosper. Shh. And it is Renegades by Marissa Myers, which actually, now that I think about it, I was going to choose Cinder by her as well. I forget that they're by the same author. And I have this one in like the collector's book edition. I don't know, but I don't know, this one just hasn't really called to me yet. But again, I always go in books blind, so I really don't even know what it's about, which isn't even fair now that I think about it. So who knows if I'll read that one or Renegades, but I have been wanting to read Renegades for quite a while now. So this is our dystopian vibe that we're getting. And I'm excited because I heard it's really, really good. Okay, for the second to last prompt is a new to you author, which is not necessarily new to me. Like, I've never heard of them, but I haven't read any of her work yet. And I feel like I had this one on my TBR last month and I didn't read it. So me and my book bestie want to read this one, and that is The Serpent and the Wings of the Night. And did I say that right? The Serpent and the Wings of Night. I always feel like this title is so weird. By Carissa Broadbent. I haven't read any of her books before. I own the, you know, duology of this, and then the novella. I own them, so I feel like it'll be easier for me to start this and then kind of be able to complete this little trio. But again, I really don't feel like I need to explain this. This is like everywhere. And that's that. Me and my book bestie want to start this weekend, so I thought it was perfect for the prompt. And now for the last prompt that I feel like I'm like least excited for, but then also like super excited for, like if that makes any sense, was our romance book, which again, I haven't been into romances lately, but there's something about Taylor Jenkins Reid's books that they just do it for me. So I'm going to attempt to try to read Forever Interrupted. Like I said, I have one of my girlies from back home that we want to start reading a couple books together. She is going to be starting One True Loves, because I told her like read the first sentence of One True Loves and you're gonna want to like keep going. So she read it and she's like, she's dropping her current read to start that, and hopefully we read this one. If not, I'm pretty sure it'll be like another Taylor Jenkins Reid books, but I do also really want to read this one because I love a good sad book, and this seems really sad. So that is it, I think, for my TBR prompts. So I do have our Facebook book club book, and I just checked the polls and they're tied right now, but I feel like I also was already going to read this book, so I'm going to go ahead and jump the gun like I usually do when I look at these polls, because they're not closed yet. But they are tied between Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez and then Heartless Hunter by Kristen Casarelli. But I wanted to read Heartless Hunter anyway, so I'm gonna add that onto my TBR. And I think that's it, because the Discord girlies, we're a hot mess right now trying to figure out what book we're gonna read. They're saying a thriller though, so whatever thriller that's gonna be, that'll be what we read. So that's my TBR for this month. I feel like it's a little bit ambitious, but also not really, because I've been doing good with my reading, but ambitious as to like trying to stick to the TBR, I don't know about that. We'll see how it ends up going. So these were our TBR prompt books that we chose, and I am super excited to read them. And I am going to have to figure out what we're gonna do next for our TBR prompts, because I only have about 7 prompts left. So we're gonna have to make some more or buy some like already made prompts, and that'll be fun. So we'll see what we have next month in store. And if you guys are planning to read any of these books or have read any of them, please let me know your thoughts on them down below in the comments. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. We are continuing to grow this little baby channel, which I am super thankful for. And please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy choosing our TBRs for the month. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.